welcome back to another episode of the One Way Street podcast. Today we're going to take a different path. We're going to shift gears from the mental and emotional topics that I usually dive into, and we're going to talk about health. Now, health is a subject that most of us take for granted until something goes wrong. Because as we age, it only gets more complicated and more issues arise where we have to turn to medication to solve the problem instead of preventing it. The world of health is complex. Why? Because it's filled with conflicting opinions and what's right and what's wrong. One day it's okay and the next day it's not. Now, I myself have consumed a lot of information. I've listened to Dr. Andrew Huberman, Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. William Lee, but the information is overwhelming. So what I do is I take what works for me that fits into my lifestyle, and I put the rest aside because we can only handle so much information, and I'm going to tackle a few of them today. So I want to talk about the scale. Most experts will say, don't weigh yourself every single day. Now, I totally disagree with this on so many levels. And again, this is just my opinion and what works for me. So for me, I find that when I don't weigh myself every single day, I won't monitor what I consume daily. My choices are, would I rather get on the scale and see that I've gained 10 to 15 pounds, and then I get so stressed about how to lose it and how long it's going to take to lose it? Or would I rather get on the scale and see that, okay, I've gained 1 to 2 pounds, but I can easily fix that within a few days by eating clean? I wouldn't just use a scale that monitors your weight for pounds. I would highly recommend getting a smart scale. A smart scale gives you more information. So it gives you your BMI, your body fat, your water percentage. And the reason is because let's just use the example of 140 pounds. You could be 140 pounds with 30% body fat, but you can also be 140 pounds with 20% body fat. So I would recommend getting a smart scale and weighing yourself the same time every day within that hour. The next thing I want to talk about is nutrition. When I eat, I really try to eat clean Monday through Friday, or at least the days leading up to a dinner or an event that I know I have. So I really try to avoid carbs, sugar, high fat. And I know that everyone loves their bagels, their bread, their pasta, their rice, but there are substitutes. For example, for a wrap, I found something called Egg Life wraps, and that's made from all egg whites and not flour. For rice, I've substituted with cauliflower rice that they sell at Costco in the frozen section. For pasta, I buy the tofu shirataki pasta. Now, I'm aware that this might not sound appetizing, but it's just a lifestyle change on the days that you eat clean. And I really have to say that I really feel my best when my carb intake is low. Now, do I love bagels? Yes. Do I love pasta? Absolutely. Do I love white rice? Of course I do. I'm Asian. But consuming it daily does create weight gain. And I also don't feel great. Again, do I cheat? Of course I do. But I really try to plan everything out, and if I know there's a dinner, I'll look at the menu beforehand to find those healthy options, opposed to being on the spot and having to make a poor choice. Now, moving past food, another important factor is exercise. This is something I myself need to improve on because I only do the treadmill, but know that I need to do more, such as weight training, especially as we get older. I do recommend to do something that you're interested in, whether it's yoga, boxing, running, Pilates, or even just stretching. Do what's of interest to you so that you're more engaged and you're less inclined to give up easily. Supplementation. Because we can't get all the nutrients from food, there are supplements that are beneficial. Definitely check with your doctor to see what works best for you. The ones that most doctors recommend are vitamin D, a multivitamin, turmeric, which is good for inflammation, magnesium. Definitely do your research. Now, there's a whole nother level of health that a lot of people who are more of the athletes that do this, it's biohacking. I have not done this myself, so definitely please check with a professional and do your research before attempting any of these if you choose to. One of the popular ones that you've probably seen on social media is cold plunging. What is cold plunging? It's a form of cold water therapy or cold water immersion, which is where you immerse yourself in very cold water temperatures. Some people even put ice into this tub that they immerse themselves in. A lot of athletes, dancers are big believers in cold plunging because it reduces the inflammation in your body. Now, I've attempted another version, which is doing a very quick cold shower, but I will tell you, it is unbearable. I tend to like my showers hot, even though I know that's not good for your skin. Whether you're doing cold showers or you're doing cold water plunging, it definitely requires mental toughness and breathing. And that's the next thing is breath work. So this is a lot easier if you want to attempt this. There's a large variety of breathing techniques and exercises, and that's used to improve your physical, your mental, your emotional, and spiritual health. You could look up Wim Hof. He is the master of breath work. Another thing that a lot of people have been doing is red light therapy. And this could be done either on a mat, or they even have it in the form of a face mask. This is done to help treat skin issues, inflammation, and to promote healthy aging. Another thing that is out there is hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Now, what that is where you sit in a hyperbaric chamber and it's enclosed with high pressure oxygen. And what this does is it allows your lungs to take in more oxygen and increases the oxygen within your bloodstream. Again, it's very extreme. Don't do any of this until you have done your research or checked with a professional. Very simple thing that a lot of people have done that you've probably seen is using an Oura ring. An Oura ring is a ring that you put on your finger and it tracks your sleep. Now, I will say sleep is definitely very important, especially as you get older. Now, these biohacks are fascinating, but they're not for everyone. I would say start with the basics. Focus on getting really good sleep. That means darkening the room, making sure it's cool, and your nutrition. When you've mastered those, integrate your exercise. And then if you're intrigued, then maybe delve into more of these intricate health biohacks. Our health isn't something to be taken lightly. It's a lifelong commitment, and it's an investment in ourselves. I hope this conversation inspires you to take positive steps. Be mindful of your choices. Remember, our health journey is unique, and it's never too late to start. See you on the next episode. Hey, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Wong Way Street podcast. We hope that our conversations have inspired you to embrace the detours on your life's journey. Trust that the road ahead is full of endless possibilities. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe and leave us a review. Thanks, and see you again soon.